Hello there, everyone. Glad to have you with me. Texas Deacon here. We had a beautiful day here where I am in Texas. Hope you had a beautiful day where you were. If you spent a day with the Lord, no matter what the weather was outside, you had a beautiful day. The title of this talk, and it's a talk, not a lesson, is We Must Hang Together. Now, I have a scripture reading to go with it. You always need a scripture reading. John 15:13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. That's the greatest thing you can do. What I wanted to talk about tonight and share my feelings about last Saturday, which was the 24th of May 2014, on the banks of the Red River, just outside Wichita Falls, Texas. There was an event there that was called Gathering of the American Patriots. There were about 500 of us there, and that was enough to get the Bureau of Land Management and the government's attention. However, if we had had 5,000 that we should have had, it would have put a little fear in them. The government is in the process of taking land here, and we all know what went on in Nevada. And as we're starting to learn, the government takes land that's set aside for some other purpose other than that we can't use it, but the government never gives up land. And nowhere can I find in this Constitution where the government can own land. This is supposed to be a government of the people, for the people, by the people, not of the government, for the government, by the government, that is turning into very rapidly. There was 4 of us that got together Saturday, and no one knew everybody. They were just like-minded individuals, one mind, one cause, and we borrowed a vehicle, one of the men did, and we shared the expenses. My expenses were about $30. Now, anytime you do anything like this, there will be an expense. There are some people around that cannot afford a smaller amount of money. There are others that can't get off work but have the money. What you need to do is sponsor someone, a retired person that can be there. Every year, the deaconess and I, we sponsor a young person to go to youth camp in the summertime, and it's a very good cause. I posted a video, and it was one of my poor videos, I'm sorry to say. However, it got over 350 views, and probably it'll pick up another 100 before it's over with. And it was about what went on up there, and gave you a picture of the Red River, what little water is in it when it drowned up there, and some of the people that was there, and it was quite an interesting thing, although I did a very poor job of putting it on film. What I want to talk about now, what I call the alphabet agencies, and other people call alphabet agencies, that are part of our government that has a military arm to them, a police force, in which they make regulations that carries the same weight as a law does. And these people can kill you and nothing will be done to them. Of course, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, although I understand they've added explosives to their name now. Federal Aviation Agency and their air marshals. DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency. Every one of these has armed people on the payroll. everybody knows what the IRS can do to a person's life. Of course, the Bureau of Land Management, we're talking about that one. The Central Intelligence Agency, which, if I remember correctly, was founded in 1946 and was supposed to have no jurisdiction within the United States or any of its territories. However, that has changed now. Department of Transportation now, that's the DOT. Can't say a lot about negative about those people, except there are some armed individuals, and I understand they have to look the other way when trucks out of Mexico come onto American roads that do not meet our high standards. Sooner or later, everyone will be forced to draw a line in the sand. A line that you say, don't cross this line, or I will retaliate. Now, what I recommend you to do is don't draw that line on your property. You draw it on your neighbor's property and say, neighbor, I'm drawing a line over here. If they cross a line on your property, I will be there to assist you. And hopefully he'll draw his line on your property and he'll be there to assist you. I'd like to read a couple of quotes from the past, and I'm sure you've all heard these in one way or the other. Now, I went online to try to find out who said them, and the first one can be attributed to both Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, and there were different versions of it, but it goes like this. The tree of liberty must be occasionally refreshed with the blood of patriots and tyrants. I'll repeat. The tree of liberty must be occasionally refreshed with the blood of patriots and tyrants. He's telling us there that liberty is not free. It comes with a high cost, and there are the few that have to pay that high cost. Now, there's another important quote that you've heard, that I've heard most of my life. This is by Ben Franklin. It's where I got the title of this talk. If we don't hang together, we will most assuredly hang separately. If we don't hang together, we will hang separately. If we don't stick together, the government's going to come after us one by one. And all you have to do is just look around you and see where our government's headed. We're headed to a dictatorship. We're headed to a communist government. I sincerely believe that. Others may think I'm some kind of a nut. That's okay. When they start hollering you off to one of these FEMA camps, you'll change your mind. I hope that my talk tonight has at least got one individual thinking. That's all I want you to do is to think. I don't want you to just listen to me. I want you to think, and if I say anything, you check it out. You should do that with not only me, but everyone else out there. Even God said in His Word here, test the spirits, and that's what I'm asking you to do. Find out what's going on, and then you investigate it and test it yourself personally. Time is getting short. So, until next time, may God continue to bless and forgive the United States of America. May God continue to bless the Republic of Texas, and may God continue to bless you and yours.